Let's now discuss the all-important setup. Setup is really crucial for us to be able to have a powerful swing that really reduces injury. What we coined this phrase as, or what I want to call it, is the triple stack. And if we can get into a position where our joints come into natural alignment, which basically our ankle joint, our knee joint, our hip joint, and our shoulder joint are all aligned, this creates what I want to call the pillar of strength. So if you can do this, we've got two pillars here. All our joints are in natural alignment here. So that's what we're looking for. Now, where this gets messed up from mainstream golf, and what I want to explain to you, is when I get my right hand on the club, that lowers my shoulder. If I keep my hips in that same position, I have then created a sort of a curve in my spine. And that's not what we want when we're basically hitting this shot. We're creating a lot of shear force on our spine, and that's where a lot of injury results from. So when we set up with the perfect connection, what we want to do is go ahead and lower our right hip slightly. And all I'm doing is I'm not bending from my waist this way, where I'm creating even more curve in my spine. I just want to take my right hip, put it a little bit low this way, and now I'm in a perfect position. Now, the difference is the driver, the ball is teed up. So I want to create even more with my right hip a little bit lower. This is going to allow me to have the perfect launch angle that we're looking for to create the maximum distance. So I want to get my right hip low, and as I do that, you can see it almost appears that my weights shift a little left. Go ahead and drag your weight slightly back so that you feel like 60% of your weight is on your right side, but we still have our pillars of strength. That's what we're looking for from face on. The triple stack that I'm looking for is, again, that my knees, my hips, and my shoulders are all in natural, perfect alignment this way. What we're looking for from setup down the line, and a great way to do this when I'm addressing the ball, is to just stick my arms out in front of me, bend my knees till I can't see my shoelaces, drop my arms keeping my back flat, and from here stick my rear end out until the club gets on the ground. The great way with this is, again, naturally it's going to work for you if you're 6'4", 6'5", 6'8", whatever it is, or if you're 5'4". It really doesn't matter because those principles are still going to apply. Your knees until you can't see your shoelaces, bend those knees. Drop your arms if you're thicker chested like myself. If you're not, your arms will drop a little bit different, but the club will get to about this position and then stick your rear end out, and you are in the proper position once you lower that right hip, and 60% of my weight's on my right side. This is what we want to achieve, and when we set up in this way, the reason we're doing this is because when I come back into impact, we want to have, again, we want to have those pillars of strength, we want to be triple stacked, and we want to be back in this position where my body is in natural alignment. What I see a lot with mainstream golf is they say tilt to the right, which tilt to the right is this way, and they also teach a lot of firing with the lower body this way, and what that does is that creates a lot of curve in your spine, and that in itself is the #1 cause of back injury, so amongst golfers. So what we're doing, you get the setup here, you basically just swing back this way, and you swing through, and you're going to come back into that position. We're going to get into more of the fundamentals of the takeaway and everything else in the swing here in just a second.